Hey guys, I just wanted to quickly walk you through an idea I had for Triple Crown Racing identity design. I talked to Brian briefly about this. The brief that he gave me was you guys are starting a new team. It's called Triple Crown Racing. You want it to be modern, simple, and striking. You're looking for an actual crown design, like a logo and a typeface that you want to use. This is what Brian sent me originally, that some design inspiration you guys were looking at, and a quick mock-up you'd done, which was actually pretty cool. And then talking with Brian while riding yesterday, also saying it's not really going to be the same theme as the Gentleman's League, that sort of old-timey feel, looking for something more modern, as well as something that could extend to other things besides just racing. So some inspiration that I had for the identity is looking at, well, the Triple Crowns themselves, Cypress, Grouse, and Seymour. I've always liked the Mapei cycling team design from the 90s, a bit loud though. And I know a lot of people really like the Rafa look. I quite like it too, but it's maybe a bit too hipsterish. I like these identity designs for the MIT Media Lab and the Casa de Musica. It's a real trend in identities to be sort of dynamic and change. You can see there's different variations on the MIT Media Lab logo. And what I started doing was thinking about the design for you guys. So I did a couple quick sketches in my notebook, just kind of doodling, trying out some different symbols, shapes, and word treatments. Looked at a bunch of different typefaces that were kind of optional. I also like the idea of it being the acronym. I think a lot of people, once you become popular, people are just going to refer to you as TCR, like Triple Crown Racing, TCR. But then I went back and looked at some data from Cypress, Grouse, and Seymour, see if I can get some inspiration there for a sort of symbol for you guys. In particular, I was looking at the data on Strava for the different segments, with Cypress being an average grade of 5.6, and Grouse is 7.7, and Seymour 7.6. But obviously, Grouse is a lot shorter, and our hardest climb here is Seymour, with Cypress kind of in between. So what I did is I created a kind of abstract set of symbols based on that data. I took some leeway in making them, I wanted to look kind of cool, as well as kind of referencing the Triple Crown. So Cypress, the shape kind of references both the gradient of Cypress, but as well as the difficulty. It's 677 meters long. Whereas Grouse is very steep angles, but it's a much shorter climb, so it's a smaller little icon. And Seymour being probably the biggest climb, so it's the biggest shape here. So what I did is I combined those three together to make a symbol for you guys. This is what I would call the complete identity. So TCR, like the acronym, and overlaying those three symbols to represent those triple crowns without being too literal, sort of a balance between the inspiration from the triple crowns and being abstract. It also works in grayscale and in black and white. I tried it reversed out. It also prints really well. And important that it works at a number of scales, from large to medium to very tiny, depending on where you're going to have it printed or shown. This would be the complete identity for it. We're looking at the symbol TCR, but also to indicate this is Triple Crown Racing. There's a number of proportions involved here, as well as choosing a really bold blue and red CMYK colors. And the typeface I chose is called National, and it's a bold weight for that. These are other variations you could have depending on how much space you have to print things. You could have it quite large or quite small. And I think it also lends itself to applying for a number of different situations. If you're organizing an event or you're presenting sort of a sponsorship package, you could also have different areas. This is where Brian was talking about it being extensible. Maybe you'll have a TCR Masters team or a junior team. You could also organize events like a Fondo, and you could, again, some variations in how you can print that. And now I'll just show you some quick mock-ups of collateral. I could see using these different symbols and breaking them up and using them for like wayfinding or for printed collateral. And I like the idea that these symbols aren't constrained to their orientation. You can flip and move them around. So this is how I could see it being applied to a jersey. This is that black original rendering you sent me with the symbol front and back, with the sort of abstract symbols creeping into the jersey, either from the bottom or the side or on the back. Shorts as well, I could see it being done kind of subtly but boldly enough that it stands out in the pack. socks and musettes. Could also be other collateral. You never know how much money you want to spend. That's a letterhead there on the right, a race sign in the middle, hat and duffel bag. And that's what I'm proposing. So let me know what you think. There's a couple things that we could talk about. Colors, typeface choice as well, and we'll see what you guys think. Thanks.